So we continue Halachos of Brochos, and chapter 19. So, somehow in this book it does not say the topic. In other books, on every page they would have the topic. Okay. So our topic is foods that are covered by Berachos Hamazon. That's our topic. Okay, so let's see. And we're in section D, which is called applications. Okay. In this section, we apply the above halachas to many common situations. Number one, cake, cookies, crackers, etc. eaten before the meal. So now we are concentrating on the foods the person ate before the meal, and we're trying to understand if it is actually connected to the meal itself. Right? In what sense? If person ate before the meal and Berachos Hamazon can cover this food, right? Or blessing on that whatever we ate, or that thing whatever we ate before the meal can cover something that is going to be eaten during the meal, which would otherwise would not be covered. Like example is cake and cookies or fruits. Or wine, stuff like that. Okay. So we're going into practical application. So number one, cake, cookies, crackers, etc. eaten before the meal. We have learned that the most baked goods, such as cakes and cookies, pretzels, and pies, knishes and crackers, etc., are classed as a Pascha Babikisnin, bread family product. Right. So we said it's not bread per se, but it's bread family product. Meaning what? That if somebody is going to eat there, as this author holds, it's 8 ounces, but Mishnah Berurah says actually it's 3 ounces, not three eggs, which is 6 ounces, 6 ounces or 8 ounces, right? Of Pascha Babikisnin, these things from bread family. He would need to wash his hand, right, like for bread, and say chamotzi, and then say Berachos Hamazon. Okay. These products are divided into two classes: Sofek, Pascha Babikisnin, and definite Pascha Babikisnin. So Sofek is like questionable, right? This subject is discussed in greater details in Addendum 2, section D. Okay, we're going to get to it. Now, Sofek, Pascha Babikisnin. Many types of cakes and almost all types of cookie and crackers are classed as Sofek Pascha Babikisnin. Okay. 1 second. There isn't some notes, but I don't understand what these notes referring to. Oh, okay, got it. Okay. Okay. So one more time. Many types of cakes and almost all types of cookies and crackers are classed as Sofek Pascha Babikisnin. Okay. One should not make bracha achrona for crackers, cookies, or cakes classified Sofek Pascha Babikisnin, which are eaten before starting the meal. Eaten before starting the meal. So let's see, what does it all mean? So one more time, and we see the commentary. One should not make bracha achrona. So bracha achrona is a concluding blessing. So meaning what author is trying to say, that these cookies and cakes are going to be connected to the meal itself. So one more time, one should not make bracha achrona on crackers, cookies, and cakes classified as Sofek Pascha Babikisnin. Okay, which is eaten before the meal. Okay, so what does it mean? Commentary: even though the crackers, cookies, etc. eaten before the meal do not require bracha achrona, nevertheless, even when he benches, he should have intended to exempt them. So what does it mean? So if a person ate cookies or cake before the actual meal, of course he says the blessing before. We always say the blessing before. Bracha Rishana, we always say. Then let's say he ate enough. He ate kizayis of this cake, which is not a lot, of course. So he ate kizai, so technically he is obligated to say after blessing, right? But they say do not say after blessing, because birchas hamazon on bread is going to cover this cake, right? No problem. Okay, but as commentaries say, you have to have intention when you say birchas hamazon that you want to cover these cookies that you ate before the meal. So next commentary, Safek Pascha Babi Kisnin, products whose property are also similar to the bread. Okay, there is that it is questionable whether they should be classified as genuine bread or class as being a bread family, but not genuine bread. According to one side of the issue, these products are bread. Bread, even if they eaten before the meal, would be covered by birchas hamazon. Because of the uncertainty, one may not make the bracha achrana before the meal, since they might be exempt by benching. Wow. So let me read one more time, and we're going to explain, because it's very interesting and deep idea. So we call many things that they're baked in the oven and are made from almost the same dough as bread. Like the only difference, maybe you put you put some maybe some juices, some honey, more oil, more I don't know, butter, some things you add, right, when you make cakes, right? So it's very like bread. So it's from the best bread family. But here they say it's safek pascha babi kisnim, meaning what? It's questionable if it's a bread family or it's actual bread, right? So we might have thought that when they call it safek pascha babi kisnim, meaning maybe it's not from bread family. I mean, I'm not sure why would we think so, but okay, I think it's possible. Why would call it safek? But they say no, safek meaning we're not trying to go to the more lenient side, we're trying to go to the more strict side. Say maybe this is bread, so bread could be sweet. There is no problem with sweet bread. Okay. Although I think some Sephardi have custom on if it's a little sweet, bread a little sweet, so they already say mizoines on that bread. But Ashkenazi custom, if it have honey, like challah, almost always sweet. No, not always, but almost always sweet, and has sometimes it has raisins. People put blueberry, cranberry in there, all of these other things. Okay. And then we still have we still say hamotzi on it. Okay, so one more time this very interesting commentary. So safek pascha babi kisnin products are products whose property are so similar to bread that it's questionable whether they should be classed as genuine bread or classed as being the bread family. So as I said, we're going to so here the authority leaning more toward the stricter side, meaning that maybe it is bread, but not genuine bread. So one, maybe it is actual bread, maybe it's only bread family. According to one side of the issue, these products are bread. Okay, these products are bread. Bread, even if eaten before the meal, would be covered by birchas hamazon. So I mean, even if you say this bremine mizoines on these cookies, there is no problem, right? That's what we're supposed to say on a cookies. But if we take in account the view that maybe it is a bread, so you ate bread before bread, you ate questionable bread before actual bread. So they say, okay, so you're not allowed to say bracha achrana. Okay, because this is sort. One may not make bracha achrana exactly before the meal since they might be exempt by benching. So it would be like extra blessing that we're not allowed to say. Very interesting. For example, if one ate coffee cake, cinnamon Danish, kichel, or crackers, all sofek pascha babikisnin. So because those are like very close to bread, right? Before starting his meal, she should not say ala michia. Very straightforward. Okay. So continue. This rule that one should not make bracha achrona for what was eaten before the meal applies only if he was already planning to eat the subsequent meal at the time he ate the crackers and cookies, etc. Okay, so let's read the commentary. We're going to explain. However, if he ate crackers and cookies, etc., before he started planning to eat meal, they do not exempt by benching and require bracha achrona. Okay, so they say, okay, if you want to connect these cookies and crackers to the actual meal, so if you want to connect, so it means that you had to plan your meal in advance. So you plan in your meal starting very soon, but it's being delayed for whatever reason. It's being delayed for whatever reason, and in this case, so this you're eating before the meal can be connected to the meal. But if you ate some cake and cookies and then you realize that you're hungry and you're actually going to have a meal right now, so there is no connection to whatever you ate to the actual meal. Okay. So we discussed Safek Pascha Babikisnim. So be definite Pascha Babikisnim. Some types of cakes are classed as definite Pascha Babikisnim. They are definitely not bread. These products are required bracha achrona when they're eaten in the meal. Commentary. Since they are definitely not bread, they are definitely not exempt by benching. Therefore, they require bracha achrona before eating the meal. Okay, so if something definite, we're going to see examples later. So definitely, I think what is definitely something that was cooked, some dough that was cooked, like spaghetti or something, pasta. That's for sure not Pascha Babikisnin. So if somebody ate, he would need to say bracha achrona.